Okay, so we'll begin. You can take a comfortable seat, an upright seat. So glad to see you again. And rest your hands in your lap. Let your eyes close if you like. And notice what sensations are present when we come back together after not having seen each other for some time. What sensations come for you? Mingled with the other events of your day or your weekend. Notice the sensations of arriving for your yoga practice. And when you're arriving, of course, this means more than physical arriving, also means mental and emotional and spiritual arriving. So then let your breathing deepen to weave those aspects of you into one unified presence. So the breath brings together your body, your heart, your mind, your spirit, everything that encompasses you, your intentions for being here, the sensations of your body while you're here. As you deepen your breathing, imagine it weaving together these different components of who you are, and at the same time inspiring this upward reach to your spine. Lift up through the crown of your skull. Lift a little bit from the base of your skull. Let your heart rise in the center of your chest. Keep a place of broadness and space in the back of your body, especially across the back of your kidneys and your diaphragm. And let your hips and your pelvis be a place of grounding, a place of homecoming. And then please bring your hands together at your heart, and we'll chant Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu. Let's begin together. Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saveryam Karavavai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavai Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saveryam Karavavai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavai Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saveryam Karavavai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavai Om Shanti Om Shanti Shanti Om. And with With your exhale, you may bow your head to your heart. And release your hands, and please open your eyes. We will start with a little bit of pranayama as we were doing before my sabbatical. And we'll be using some arm movements here to open. We are on the cusp, at least I think here down in the southern, from Alaska, I don't know where you are really seasonally just yet. But we are on the cusp of Pitta becoming Vata season. So we're in that transition. We want to be more thoughtful about grounding Vata so it doesn't swirl us away. And we don't want to stoke or overstoke Pitta because adding fire to air becomes a brush fire. So let's clasp the hands like this. Stretch your arms up overhead. Yep, sit up straight and tall. Good. And then you can close your eyes and think of the inner cylinder of your body. To inhale smoothly from the first third, middle, and then upper third. And to exhale smoothly from the bottom third, middle third. We don't pull the chest down during the exhalation. So exhale is really first and middle third, and inhale encompasses all three. Do that one more time. Inhale, first third, middle third, upper third. And then exhale, sweep your arms wide, open your chest and heart. And then walk your hands and arms forward. So you're going to be doing a forward bend from where you're sitting. And when you walk forward, let the weight of your head just gently descend towards the floor. And try to sense now the breath filling up the back parachute of your body. So the inhale can be like the back third, middle third, upper back, the space even between your shoulder blades. And let's think of the exhale as a sigh. So sighing with your whole body, sighing with your mind, sighing with your breath. If sighing with a sound makes sense for you, you can add a sound or like a hum to the exhale. We'll do it 3 times more. So inhale slowly, the back hemisphere of the body. And then exhale like a gentle sigh. And do that one more time. And then walk your hands back towards your knees. Please rise up to sitting. And now we're going to do a twist to the right. So cross your left hand to your right knee. Walk your right hand around behind you. And for this one, as you twist to your right, I'm going to ask you to inhale and gaze over your right shoulder. And exhale, rotate your head to your left. Inhale, rotate to your right. Exhale, rotate to your left. And do this 3 times more. So the twist is consistent in the first, middle, and upper third of the torso, but we are rotating the head. So you exhale, turn your gaze to your left as far as it goes. Inhale, rotate to your right. And exhale, rotate to your left. And do that one more time at your breath pace. Now this time as you exhale and you rotate your head to the left, stay with your twist to the right and just start adding a gentle side bend also to your left. So what's going to happen here is you want to imagine you're tipping your left ear a little bit towards the floor. You're tipping your left shoulder towards the floor, but the right shoulder and the right chest stay open as they were in the twist. And take a deep breath in, and then use your exhale to come upright. Tone your right low belly to come upright. And release both hands to your knees. And just kind of notice there's a zigzag that's happening in your body. Quite likely you have a zigzag. And then we'll do the other side of the twist. So bring your right hand to your left knee, left hand around behind, And as you twist to your left, gaze as far as you can over your left shoulder. Inhale. And then exhale, gaze to your right. Inhale, rotate to your left. Exhale, gaze to your right. Couple times more. And notice the sensations of your body as you move through the practice here. And you may find that your neck has different range of motion left to right. But in yoga practice, we also practice accepting what is, welcoming what we're discovering. One more time here. Even what you discover in your body. So you exhale, rotate your head to the right and keep your twist going to your left and add a little side bend to your right. So the right ear can get heavy, right shoulder, but let the left shoulder roll back and open, almost like you're doing cobra pose on the left upper chest and heart. And then use your exhale to roll up, and the left low belly will bring you back upright. Good. And then notice how you're feeling. So we're going to work with this principle. It's called Udana Vayu. It's a Vayu, an energy, one of the pranas in the body, and it's in the throat. And if the Udana Vayu is open, sometimes we get too much energy rising up, too much vata going to the mind, and then we have the ceiling fan of the mind, the kind of anxious mind. So let's come down to the floor in table pose, please, all fours. I'll take my microphone back with me and I'll switch my camera. So when we come down to all fours, the idea here is going to be, first we'll stretch the wrists, hands, and arms, and then we'll go into the throat practice that we're going to do. So if you come down to table pose, I'm going to have you place your right hand regular and turn the left hand inside out. So that is asymmetrical, yes. And see if you can stretch your left wrist, left fingers, left forearm. Some of you are going to find that you cannot get the heel of your hand all the way to the floor. Some of you are going to find that you can. And some of us will find that you can both keep the heel of the hand on the floor and lean slightly back to stretch the forearm. Some of this is going to be the structure of your body and not just how tight your muscles are, but the density of your wrist bones and how close they are to each other. Okay, so you can peel the left heel of the hand up, stretch the fingers of your left hand and slowly release that one. Place the left palm regular, turn your right hand inside out. And so you've got your hand backwards and upside down. And see if you can stretch into your right wrist. Of course, be thoughtful about your wrists. We don't have wrist replacements yet, so don't wear it out. And breathe into the sensations that go from your hand to your fingers and thumbs and up your wrist, up your forearm, towards your elbow. And one more breath in. And then peel the heel of your right hand up, stretch your fingers, and you can roll the hand backwards. Now, turn both hands over, and what you're going to do is place your hands underneath your knees like this. So you're actually kneeling on the center of the palms, and stretch your wrists by giving a little tug of the shoulders. So you're giving traction to your wrists right now. And breathe into that. And then walk your wrists, your upside down hands slightly forward. You don't have to put all of your weight into your wrists, of course. You're just walking them a little ways forward and stretching the muscles. It might look kind of funny to you, the view you have of your hands and thumbs from here. And then roll that back and come to kneeling. And if it's helpful for you to kneel by sitting on a block, please do that. You interlace your fingers. Now take the heels of your hands up. And what we're going to do on the inhale is look up. And on the exhale, look down and squeeze your elbows and hands back behind your head. Then inhale, press up and look up. And exhale, squeeze your elbows wide, bring your hands down behind your head, pull your chin down towards your throat. Let's repeat that twice more. Inhale to go up. And exhale to squeeze. One more time. Inhale to rise. And exhale. Release both arms. And now bring it around a table pose, keeping one block close by, possibly two, for your downward facing dog. So I'm going to ask you to place the index fingers so that they are parallel to each other, and stretch the other 3 fingers and both thumbs out from there. Curl your toes under and reach high into your downward facing dog pose. And noticing where your head lands in this downward dog pose. I don't mean landing on the floor, I mean where does it land between your upper arms. See if you can lengthen the back of your neck, the base of your skull, and send your sacrum and the base of your skull opposite each other. Enjoy another breath cycle in, please. And then roll yourself forward, come over your toes, lightly touch your knees down, reach for a block and place it where you imagine your head is going to be supported by the block in downward dog pose. So same pose, but I'd like the block to support kind of like your hairline, the place where your forehead and your hair meet. And I don't want you to have the sense that you have to bring your head down to meet the block, but rather the block is just the right height to meet your head, or it's a little bit taller, not a little bit smaller. And notice what happens if you let the head be supported by the block, so your face, your eyes, everything can relax, but keep your arms very dynamic, the fingers and thumbs like the roots of a tree. The tree roots right now are still reaching into the earth. We know that soon the leaves will change colors because the tree will recede its energy from the leaves and return its energy to its roots. So keeping your arms dynamic and your head supported, take another breath cycle in, please. And then roll over your toes and slowly lower your knees. Uncurl the toes. Bring your elbows back in line with your knees. Turn your palms face up and come to supported child's pose where there's a block under your head. And notice what's present for you. And then walk your hands back towards your knees, and we'll do one more thing for the shoulders and chest and throat here before we come into our sun salutation. So for this one, I'm going to take my glasses off because they get in the way. When we put the arms close to the head, I tend to knock into my glasses. So what you're going to do here is you place your elbows in the middle of the 2 blocks, and then put your hands together like you played the game with the people on the steeple. So you're able to keep your wrists parallel to your elbows. And then walk backwards with your hips, and also walk your knees back. So you're not going to child's pose here, excuse me. You are coming into an upper back, chest, and shoulder stretch. And if you keep the fingers pressing against each other so your wrists are kind of parallel to your elbows, you're going to feel this rotating your shoulders externally. So let's go back to the idea now that there's an inhale to the back hemisphere of the body, and then there's this sigh. And the sigh is for your mind and your body, your heart and your whole being. So on the inhale, it might almost feel like you're filling up a parachute in the back body. And during the exhale, this gentle cascading sigh. Now allow your head to release between your upper arms, and so you can kind of release the head relatively completely. So the shoulders, shoulder blades, your thoracic spine, elbows, wrists, that's all stable, but allow your head to soften towards the floor. And you can thoughtfully roll yourself forward, lift your head, roll forward onto your elbows, walk your knees up to your 2 blocks, and release both arms, both shoulders, and rise up to standing. And this is for Surya Namaskar. So when you come up, please bring your hands together at your heart. Okay. So that should feel different across this region of your body here. We're going to use the sound of Om for some of the exhale breaths, and you can either sing with me or you can let me sing to you. Okay, so here's the inhale. Let's do Ujjayi inhale. Raise your arms up. Now Uttanasana. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, deep bow to the legs. Inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. And to the heart. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana. Inhale, heart forward. This time we're going to be stepping backwards with the exhale. Left foot back. Now inhale to rise, crescent lunge. Okay, hands to the heart. Inhale. To the heart. Inhale. One more time up. And this time descending. Inhale, step forward, heart forward. And then right foot back. Inhale to rise. So in this lift of the arms, it's kind of like gathering in the vitality of the season. We bring it into the heart. Inhale. Twice more. One more. And this time we go up for the purpose of descending. Put the two blocks aside. Inhale, downward facing dog pose. And then exhale, come forward to plank pose. Now inhale in plank pose into the back hemisphere of the body. And exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Come onto your stomach. And 4 times inhale, roll up cobra pose. Include lifting your heart and your chin. Exhale, glide down, pranam. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down, of course at your body's pace. Twice more. Feel the sensations of your body as you weave together your breath, your mind, and your heart. We're going to roll down, and now we're going to make a slight change in the practice. So the next time that you inhale to roll up to cobra, you're then going to stay a few moments and gaze over your right shoulder as far as you can. Inhale your head to center. Exhale, gaze left. Inhale to center. Exhale, gaze right. Keep your left shoulder back. Inhale to center. Exhale, gaze left. Inhale to center. And exhale, glide down. As you come down, then curl your toes under and press up to plank pose with your in-breath. And then exhale, reach backwards to downward facing dog pose. Inhale deeply. And exhale, step your awkward foot forward first. Then step the second foot forward. And enjoy a deep bow to your legs. Inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale to your heart. Okay, we're going to add to the sequence. So with your inhale, sweep your arms up, upward hands pose. And now Om. Inhale, heart forward. Deep bow to the legs. Inhale, forward. And this time as you exhale, take your left toes back. This is called your basic lunge. And on the inhale, I'm going to ask you to touch your left knee down and to lift your heart. Like Anjaneyasana. Yep. And then exhale, glide back to Parsvottanasana. Bow over your right leg. Inhale, glide forward with your right knee. Touch your left knee down. Lift up through your heart. Exhale, glide backwards. Let's try it twice with the Om. You finish your inhale here, and then exhale, glide back. Inhale forward. And exhale, glide back. Now just bend your right knee to be over your right ankle. Place your 2 blocks ahead of you, like a tripod, from your right foot to each hand and each block. And then inhale, float yourself up to one-legged Uttanasana. And then lower your left foot to come down next to your right foot, 2-footed Uttanasana again. And you can bow towards the legs. Okay, let's rise up to standing, upward hands pose. Anjali Mudra. Now notice the difference in your right leg to your left leg. Like the roots of a tree. One side of the tree might feel different than the other. Okay, second time. Other leg. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana. Inhale, glide forward. Okay, right toes back, basic lunge first. Now on the inhale, touch your right knee down and lift your heart. It's a variation on Anjaneyasana. Good, beautiful. And then gliding back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Twice more. One more. Then glide your left knee forward. Take the 2 blocks forward like a little tripod between your left foot and both hands. And then float yourself up to one-legged Uttanasana, Ekapada Uttanasana. And keeping your left hip strong, outer hip steady, rotate your pelvis so that your right foot comes down next to your left foot, and enjoy a deep bow towards your legs. And now inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. And to the heart. And watch the echo of activity in your body. So breath and vibration, the density of the muscles, but the subtlety of the energy body also. The quality of the mind, the inner feeling of your heart. And you can release both hands, please. And let's take a blanket to sit on. We're going to sit for Upavista Konasana. So if you take a folded blanket, something like this, and sit on it, we're going to take the feet out to a wide leg forward bend. It's called Upavista Konasana. Okay, now some of us, we have this genetic advantage, like myself. Since I was a child, sitting in this position and coming forward has been with great ease, and other people don't have that ease. So you might need to have 2 blankets under your hips, not only one, and you might benefit from a slight bend in the knees, and you can have the feet flat on the floor if you need to. So I'd like you to organize that so that when you come forward, your hips feel comfortable. You will likely, of course, experience your inner thighs, and you can take a block or 2 or 3 or 4 to come down with your head supported. Now sometimes we only can come forward, we can't actually come down. We just have this sense that the pelvis is just, what it can do is just tip a bit forward. In that case, you can keep your hands out in front as a support, close your eyes and take your gaze inward. And then try to sense on the inside this kind of vibration from the sound of Om. So the word Om is spelled A-U-M, and the 4th part of the word Om is silence. My teacher in Rishikesh, she describes it as the A is for that which is coming into form, that which is being born. The U is for that which is being sustained, like when life is being sustained by nature. And the M is for that which is dissolving. And the silence is that to which we return and from which we are then born again. And this can be in any one moment, or of course we can also think of it as in the life spectrum. So imagine in the inside during your exhale, which can be silent, but try to feel on the inside the sound of Om when you're exhaling. And imagine each part of the sound of Om, the A, the U, and the M, being equal in the exhale, and the silence being equal to the A, the U, and the M. So for example, if the exhale is, let's say, 9 counts, then the A is for 3, the U is for 3, the M is for 3, and the pause at the end of your exhale is also for 3. And try that about 3 times more, please. So that's your inner experience to be pacing. Doesn't need to be perfect. Only needs to have a clear intention. And then walk your hands back towards your hips and pelvis and press yourself up to sitting. And let's take the soles of the feet together. And now some of you who may not have had the genetic advantage for Upavista Konasana, you might have it for Baddha Konasana. I do not. I have a very sort of average hip structure for Baddha Konasana, and so no genetic advantage in this case. We are going to pull up first, lengthen the spine, and then exhale to come forward, whatever amount is within the reach of your body, comfortably. We're going to practice the pranayama again, so focus on your exhale breath. The A, the U, and the M, you can hear that kind of silently in the inner ear during the exhale. And the silence is equal to the length of each unit, the A, the U, and the M. So you might inhale, let's say that was for 6 or 7 or maybe even 9 counts. And you exhale the A sound for 3, the U sound for 3, the M sound for 3. And the pause at the end of your exhale is the silence for 3. And then you can roll yourself back up to sitting, please. And let's come down onto the floor. You can come down, lie on your back with your knees bent, please. Let's keep a yoga block close by because it may facilitate ease for you in having that exhale go to silence. So when you lie down with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, if you take a block on the flat setting like this underneath the pelvis, you may find the pranayama is yet again easier to do. So place the block on the flat setting under the back of your pelvis. Rest your feet on the floor there. And let's see if you can enjoy the inhale. It's allowed to be like luxurious. And then the exhale, you're just thinking, Om. And you're having that silently inside. So you can sense the A sound is the first 3 counts, and that's in the low pelvis. The U sound is the second 3 counts, that's in the mid-torso. And the M sound is the final 3 counts, and that's drawing up towards the solar plexus, where we then have this complete tone of the transverse abdominis to help the exhale to leave. And then there's a silent pause for 3 counts before you inhale. Notice the M sound. It's not that you're making the actual sound, but try to sense how the M, the last 3 counts of the exhale, it requires this tone high up under the rib cage near your diaphragm, but it's drawing that tone from the pelvic floor upwards through the inner belly to support that. And now we're going to release the block from under the pelvis, press into both feet, and let's go up to bridge pose before Shavasana. So for this bridge pose, if you want to, you can make the arms, you bend at the elbows and tuck the shoulders under. You may choose to then take your palms, either palms face up in bridge pose or palms face down, or some of you might clasp your hands underneath the small of your back. As you press the shoulders back, and notice that this pose lifts the heart, but it does close the throat. So that Udana Vayu, the energetic center of the throat, is currently closed for a few moments, or we can say toned down. And then as you exhale, I'm going to ask you to raise your arms and lower your spine down. Roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. At the bottom of your roll down, release your arms. Take your arms and palms out to the side. You can stretch the legs out. And we're going to come into Shavasana, palms face up, please. And so for Shavasana, what happens is we do continue to weave together the mind, the body, the breath, and the heart, and so on. But we're also receding from all of that. Receding means that we're receding our attention from the dense fabric of the body and of life, and we're going into this deeply subtle place of refuge. So in your Shavasana, let's begin by letting the physical body get heavier. So it's got this quality we call garimo. It means heavy like the earth. Release your muscles, release your bones. Let the weight of the tissues of the body become limp with relaxation. Allow your body to get heavy so the tissues of the body become limp with relaxation. Even allow the inner organs to deeply relax. The liver, the spleen, the pancreas, the gallbladder, kidneys, adrenals, the stomach, small intestine, large intestine, limp with relaxation. And imagine the nerve pathways in your body, the circulatory pathways. They also become heavy with relaxation, limp, contented, free from tension, no sense of urgency, the absence of haste. The nerve pathways, respiratory pathways, circulatory pathways. Deeper than that, imagine the subtle body now, your senses, the chakras, the marmas, meridians, and free from the residue of daily living, free from the mental habits, leaving their impressions. Welcome your mind to return to its refuge of wisdom, equanimity. And rest in the silence of that which is not rising and passing, that which is not coming and going. Rest in the silence beneath all sound, a silence deeper than all sensation. An inner place of refuge. And sense the deep invitation from the earth for you to return to a place of grounding. Like an immense homecoming. Lightly welcome a slightly deeper breath. Not really a deep breath, but just the welcoming of the breath to remind you you're being held in the present moment. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. You may lightly wiggle your fingers and your toes. Please bend one knee at a time. And thoughtfully roll to your right side when you're ready to. When you would like, you may use both hands to come back up to sitting. When you return to sitting, let yourself be upright and anchored in yourself. And bring your hands to your heart and try to rest your thumbs, this part of the thumb, against the sternum, even if it means lifting the elbows forward to do so. Now when we sing the sound of Om, you'll feel the vibration of the A, the sound of A in the chest at the sternum. You'll want to sense the U sound going up through the throat, and the M sound goes to the roof of the mouth. And during the M, you bring the lips slightly in between the teeth. We'll do it 3 times. I'll do 1 so you can see it, and then we'll do 3 together. Now 3 together. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you very much. Namaste. May we respect all that is rising, what it takes to sustain, and all that is dissolving, and the larger silence in which, the larger space in which it's all happening. Thank you.